When one visits Graham and Chrissy Cole's hop farm at Fox Hill, south of Nelson, you step back in time. The main building goes back to the 1880s, and their farming methods haven't changed a hell of a lot since the 1960s.
Hi, I'm Graham. We're hop growers at Fox Hill here. We've been here, the family have been here since 1953, so it's getting close to 60 odd years. During that time our industry's changed quite a lot. We get to the variety of the hops here. These are actually called Super Alpha hops, developed here in New Zealand. A lot of them have been exported to many countries in the world. These are still a favourite hop of New Zealand breweries. We have a lot of these. Once you get into the garden, they're very bushy, hard to handle, so it can be a bit testing at times, but yeah, it's well worth having. Well, now what we normally do with our harvest is we'll get a guy come through here and we'll chop the bottoms off. He'll chop the whole row. Then we drive underneath with trailers, tractors and trailers, and as our trailer's in underneath, we have a guy on a crow's nest at the back of the trailer, and he will chop the top off. And they fall on there pretty much like a load of logs. We'll get probably 50 plants on a load, and we'll just keep repeating that all day until our kilns are full.
Cut it, we pluck it, and we drink it.
Ellis brings in the first load of hops for the day up to the picking machine.
The machine up there, that was installed about 1963, I believe it was. They imported a lot of them into the country from England at the time. Been modified an awful lot since then, and nowadays they can handle probably twice the throughput they normally used to.
The beaters strip the flowers off the vines, which are then cut off and then elevated outside of the building.
here we like to employ about a dozen staff to operate properly. We like to employ sort of semi-retired, retired guys. They reliable, better than young fellas, and they don't wreck our gear. We've got to get down to at least 2% of rubbish only, which is, oh, that's pretty easy to achieve on these machines there now. After our hops are picked, they go into a drying sheds. They'll stay in there for about 8 hours. The shed has started off its life as a sawmill back probably in the mid-18th century. I don't know quite how long it was a sawmill, but I believe it was for many years. Changed to a hop shed around about the early 19th century, or may have been just a little bit before. Those days it was all done by sort of a natural hot air rises policy, but nowadays we use force air, heat and whatever else we can grab hold of just to force it through. And we can dry a kiln there in about 7 hours there now instead of 12.
One thing we can't get on to the DVD is the smell. I've always loved the sweet smell of curing hops. Spreading hops in the drying kiln is hard work for the senior members of the team, but the eventual rewards are worth it.
Then in the morning, we use 2 or 3 guys and we'll just pull them out on the screens where they'll cool off on the floor. You get your coney.
And I get under here, don't I?
After they've cooled off, they're then baled into about 100, 125 kilo bales, and then they must go into cool store fairly quickly, otherwise their alpha and brewing values of the hop, yes, it does deteriorate quite quickly. Yes, we put in a new press this year, a hydraulic press. It's going exceptionally well. There's not really any teasing problems there at all, so that's actually quite good. So it's, yeah, very pleased with that.
And down below a bale of hops comes out of the press. Another load of baled hops on the first leg of their journey to breweries around the world.